Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Z Channel. My name is Giggity, real name is Mark, and in today's video, we're actually going to be doing something completely different. Usually this channel is obviously used for gameplays, and it will 100% continue to be used for that. This is just like a one-off thing, but I do want to start to do like some fun videos, like ranking videos or top 10 videos or whatever, every once in a blue moon. Now, it's never going to take over the channel. At most, it would be like once per week, you know? But yeah, I wanted to do some videos similar to this. So today we're going to be going over all the games that I've played on this channel and how they are ranked currently. We're going to go from worst to best on the games I've played on the channel. Now, this is obviously not all the games I've played in my life. It's just the games that I've actually tried on this channel. I figured it was a perfect time too, because I've played a total of 15 games on this channel so far, or at least tried 15 games on this channel and uploaded it or whatever. So we'll be going from worst to best, and I'll be talking about my things I like about them and the things I don't like about them. I guess that's all it is to it. And every time I'm done trying out a game on this channel, I always give it a rating at the end of the video. And so I wrote down the number rating that I have here as well, so we'll go over the number rating as well. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. There are a couple, by the way, that are tied, so like they have the exact same score pretty much. And so I just put one like literally like a pubic hair higher, so just keep that in mind. But either way, let's get right into it with number 15, in my opinion, the worst game that I've tried so far on this channel. And that is going to be going to Fishing Planet. Fishing Planet was actually the first game I tried on this channel, and in my opinion, still the worst game I tried on the channel. I gave it a 4 out of 10. It is just not for me. That's not saying that it's a bad game, though. If you like fishing, this is probably your Bible. Like, this is probably the best game ever created for you. It's just, in my opinion, I don't mind fishing in real life, but I would never, like, do it alone, you know? I always kind of use fishing, go out with my buddies or whatever, go out with my dad, my brother, whatever, go fishing. I don't mind it. It's not like I'm not like a big fisherman that has like a ton of stuff. I don't know anything about it really, besides to just go out there and start fishing. I'm still one of the guys that gets excited when I catch like bluegill. I freak out when I do that. I'm happy to catch whatever when I'm out there. But I like fishing is what I'm trying to say. But in a video game form, it's just, nah, I'm just not really vibing with it. Again, it's not me saying the game sucks. As a matter of fact, for a fishing game, this is probably a 10 out of 10. This is probably as good as you're going to get for a fishing game. It's probably peak. But for me, it was just, nah, I didn't really want to go back to it. As for 14th place, this one's surprising, because as you guys know, I'm a Call of Duty player. I love Call of Duty, and I've played every single one of them since Black Ops 1. Okay, I've been playing COD since BO1, and I've played them every single year, and I liked every single one of them pretty much, besides like Vanguard. But 14th place is Call of Duty Black Ops 7's multiplayer. We did not try like the campaign. I have tried the zombies. I didn't make a video trying the zombies, but I have tried the zombies. The zombies was alright. Actually the zombies is pretty good for a modern COD zombies. It's not going to fill your needs if you are a Black Ops 4, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2 style zombie enjoyer, but it was alright. But the multiplayer I gave a 5 out of 10 to. It was just missing something, man. I don't know what it is. I can't even put my finger on it. I really can't. But there's just something about Black Ops 7's multiplayer that just doesn't feel addicting. Like Call of Duty, to me, that's the reason why I like it so much, is it always, I don't know why, but for some reason I always want to go back. Yeah, like I'm always going back to Call of Duty. Even I'll take like a couple month-long breaks, but I always just end up going back to it. It's just how it is. Same with like Rainbow Six Siege, for example. For those who don't know, Rainbow Six Siege is my favorite game ever created, period. And I always find myself going back to it. But Black Ops 7 just doesn't have that feeling. Black Ops 7, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I don't feel like I really am like itching to go play it. As a matter of fact, sometimes I still play Call of Duty, but it's not Black Ops 7. I go back and I play MW19, MW22, Black Ops Cold War. I couldn't put my finger on it. I couldn't tell you what the reason is as to why I don't like Black Ops 7. The multiplayer just felt boring. It just felt tiring. As for 13th place, this is a game that has a lot of talk about how good the story is, and so that's the reason why I gave it a shot. Alan Wake, I gave a 5.5 out of 10 to. It is a horror game, technically, but it's really not that scary. I played it for obviously like 2.5 hours, and nothing really scared me in the game that much. And the story is definitely interesting, don't get me wrong. It's clear that my character, Alan Wake, had some sort of like mental breakdown or a concussion or something. He had a mental break there, and he's trying to like retrace his steps and figure something out. I'd like that, and I would be interested to see what the ending of the game was. But the gameplay was so repetitive, in my opinion, dude. I literally feel like even after just 2 hours of playing, it felt like the exact same thing over and over. You keep walking and you shoot these ghost creatures by shining a light at them. It just was like, okay, is it ever gonna change? I feel like I was just so I was so bored with it after the 2.5 hours was done. I definitely did not want to go back to it, and nobody really ended up watching the video either, so I didn't have to go back to it, thank God, because I was just not hooked on Alan Wake, unfortunately. Again, the story definitely seems pretty good, and I would be interested to see how the story ends again, but in terms of actually playing the game, I did not enjoy it that much. Oh, this is also the part that I should mention. I'm assuming if you watch this video, you already know this, but in case you don't watch this channel, that I'm a very noob person when it comes to story games. So my opinions here are obviously not like the community's opinions, clearly, okay? I just want to make that crystal clear. These are just my personal opinions as a Call of Duty enjoyer, okay? Like, that's what I've played pretty much my whole life. I've never played any story games really before I started this channel. That's where these opinions are coming from. All right, just want to make that clear. 12th place is War Thunder Tanks. I split up War Thunder Tanks and War Thunder Planes into two separate categories here, because in my opinion, they're completely different games. I gave War Thunder Tanks a 5.6 out of 10, so a 1.1 spot higher than Alan Wake. It's all right. It's all right. It's, again, kind of like, it's actually a game very similar to Fishing Planet, where it's just not my speed. It's just not my style. War Thunder Tanks is a very tactical, like, multiplayer game, actually. You gotta actually know what you're doing and, like, play it very slow in order to do good in War Thunder Tanks. And in my experience, I was just dying. Like, plain and simple, I was just dying left and right. Now, it's 100% my fault, but because I was being way too aggressive, but that's how I like playing games. That's why I like Call of Duty so much. You can be aggressive. You can just run and respawn. I like that style. You could say it's turn off your brain, TikTok, brain rot. I don't care. I like it. I have fun doing it. And War Thunder Tanks is, I don't know, I was just not the biggest fan. There's also a massive learning curve with this game, by the way. Do not expect to just like be able to hop on War Thunder Tanks and understand how the game plays and do pretty decent right away. It does not matter how good you are at any other game. This is a completely different game with a ton of stuff to learn. As for 11th place, it's the second game we ended up trying on this channel, Dying Light. Dying Light I gave a 6.5 out of 10 too. By the way, I want to make it clear, Alan Wake, Black Ops 7's multiplayer, War Thunder Tanks, those are all above a 5 out of 10, which means that, in my opinion, they're at least slightly above average. Same with Dying Light. I want to make that crystal clear. My rankings go like this. If I think the game is below average, a below average video game, it would be a below a 5, like Fishing Planet. But if it's above 5, that means it's above average in my opinion. So these are still games that I think are decent, and I understand why some people like them. They just might not be my style. And that's exactly Dying Light. 6.5 out of 10. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. I had a good time playing it for the first like 2 hours. I tried it for a part 2, enjoyed it a little bit there as well. 6.5 out of 10 I think is great. I don't think I'm definitely not itching to go back to play it. I think the funnest part, the most fun part, whatever you want to call it, about Dying Light is 100% the parkour. Everything else about it has been seen before in every other zombies game in my opinion, but the parkour is really cool and it's fun to experiment with for a little while, and you can upgrade your character via a skill tree obviously, and get more like parkour and more advanced parkour and things like that to combo into attacks with and things like that, and it can get really cool is what I'm trying to say. But it was just not a game that really hooked me personally. I feel like I got the most out of Dying Light within the first 2 hours. I feel like I didn't really need to go too much further also. Oh, also, Dying Light's story is like just so dumb in my opinion. It makes like no sense. At least in my, it's just so stupid. The entire like conflict is because our character throws out this like medicine that could have helped the tower, but he didn't need to. He could have just said he did and not had actually done that. Like, it was just so dumb. I don't understand. It was just like the stupidest thing ever. It's just weird. As for the number 10 spot, it is the only other scary game that I've literally ever played in my life besides Phasmophobia. Me and my buddies played Phasmophobia a long time ago. But besides that, it's the only other scary game I've literally ever played in my life besides Alan Wake, Routine. And this one was actually scary, so I gave it a 6.8 out of 10. Now, these horror games, and they both don't, like, okay, so Alan Wake is like complete opposite of Routine. Alan Wake wasn't that scary, but it had a clearly pretty decent story that I was actually kind of interested in. And Routine was extremely scary and very unsettling, and I was like literally nervous after playing it. Like, I was like scared. But the story is just like, I can't even, is there a story? Like you're trying to figure out, I guess, what happened to the ship that you're on, but it's very obvious what happened to the ship that you're on within the first 10 minutes of the freaking game. The robots that are supposed to be security ended up turning for some reason. That's it. And now they're hunting people down and killing them. That's all there is to it. The story wasn't that great, but the game itself was extremely terrifying, and I was very scared. So it nailed it in that aspect. I just feel like the gameplay part of it wasn't that fun, and the story wasn't that fun, but it was definitely very scary. So for a horror game, it deserves a 6.8 out of 10. I feel like there's no horror game that's ever going to get like above an 8 on my channel personally. I just feel like that's like not possible. I don't like horror games that much. Coming in at 9th place, though, was a little bit of a pleasant surprise, actually. Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy I gave a 7.3 out of 10 to. I enjoyed this game. I had a good time on Hogwarts Legacy. Unfortunately, the views weren't that great, so I didn't do a part 2 to it, but I absolutely would have. It was a fun game, and I was definitely down to play some more. I am a fan of Harry Potter. I watched all the Harry Potter movies, and I actually really want to buy all the Harry Potter books, because I feel books are always just better, right? And I don't read, though. That's the problem. I gotta start reading. But maybe that'll force me to read if I bought all the Harry Potter books. Either way, yeah, I like Harry Potter, so I kind of was excited going into it because it's Hogwarts, you know? I was excited to play some Hogwarts stuff and be a wizard, and I thought it was going to be really cool. And it was pretty cool. Now, it's definitely, my biggest concern with it, and my biggest, like, gripe with it when I played it, was the fact that it felt like it was just way too PG. Like I was like, dude, you could have made this so much, like, cooler. Like, it felt like it was just trying to be, like a kid's game, and I was like, what's the point in this, dude? Like, make it cool, make it scary or something. Like, you know, you're in a wizard world, bro. Like, this could have been so awesome. And it just felt like a lot of the, like, conflict of the game was just, like, watered down, like, kids bop version, and that's my biggest gripe with it. I also could definitely see how it could get repetitive really quick too. I feel like there's, like, not much you could do with that personally. Here's the big one, the one that really launched my channel, actually, the one that put my channel on the map, I guess you can say. I have 1,700 subscribers, by the way, so that is, I'm not on the map, but you know what I mean. It's a channel where the game that first, like, popped off on my channel, and I really appreciate it for that. I tried it, I had 2 parts on it, and it is Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I have it at a 7.8 out of 10. This was Game of the Year last year in 2025, and so that's the reason why I wanted to try it on this channel. I kept hearing people talk about it, and I was like, perfect. That's exactly what I started this channel for, to start these games that everyone's talking about that I otherwise would never try. And I'm so happy I tried it. You know, I'm so happy I did. Am I playing it on my own time? Am I going through it, playing it on my free time, and, like, really excited to go back and play it or whatever? No, I'm not. I'm playing simple. I'm not. But I am so happy I did experience it, at least, and actually gave it a try. And I think a 7.8 out of 10 is perfect for it. My biggest concern with it, as you guys know, was unfortunately the combat. I know a lot of people kept saying, like, oh, you'll get used to the combat, you'll enjoy the combat after a while. Well, I didn't. As a matter of fact, after the part 2, I kind of was even more bored of the combat. It just doesn't seem that fun. It's just not my style. The whole turn-based combat thing is just not my personal style. I don't like it that much, but I will give credit where credit is due. Clair Obscur is an absolutely beautiful game, period. Like, one of the most gorgeous games I think I've ever played in my life. It's like it's a moving art. I said it in my video. I would watch a Clair Obscur movie 100%, like, or a TV show or something. I would 100% watch that because it was beautiful. And the other big selling point on Expedition 33 was the story too. The story had me hooked after just the first 2 hours. I was so interested to see what was going on in this world. It was a completely new world with all these new rules that they have to abide by. It was interesting as hell, but unfortunately the gameplay itself just was not addicting for me personally. Again, I know everybody else loved it. It won a Game of the Year, so obviously I'm wrong when I say that, but that's just my opinion. And here's the one that tied. This is, like I said, there's a couple games here that tie with each other, and so I just kind of put them, like, this one I like slightly better. 7th place is Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders I also had at a 7.8 out of 10, just like Clair Obscur, but I do think, again, just by, like, a little slight pubic hair, that I would play Arc Raiders more than I would play Expedition 33. Not by a lot, but the only real reason why is because, again, I am a multiplayer player, and I just like the combat a little bit better in Arc Raiders. Now, obviously, Arc Raiders doesn't have a story, really. Well, I guess it kind of does. I couldn't care less about the story, if I'm being honest, but I guess there is technically one sort of there. And in my experience when I played Arc Raiders, obviously, for those who don't know, Arc Raiders is one of the more popular multiplayer games right now. Everyone's talking about it. It was like the most popular 2025 multiplayer game, period. Everyone loved it. And so I gave it a shot, even though I know I didn't like extraction shooters. I've never liked them before. To be fair, I've only played DMZ and Call of Duty, but still, never really been a big fan of them. And sure enough, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Arc Raiders either. It was, again, 7.8 out of 10. Still good, still clearly is good. And for a game that you want to, like, sit there and play with your buddies on like a Friday night, you know, just wind down and hop on Arc Raiders, it's so that would probably absolutely eat, you know what I mean? That would be great. But for me, just, like, hopping on, trying to relax and play, like, a competitive game, I guess that's kind of counterintuitive there, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, when I'm just trying to hop on a game and just play something, right? That Arc Raiders is not going to be it for me. Great game for friends. For me personally, solo, I'm not probably going to touch Arc Raiders again. Coming in at the number 6 spot, however, is going to be going to Cyberpunk 2077. I gave Cyberpunk 2070. This was the second game actually that did pretty well on my channel. I actually got a pretty good amount of views as well. Not as much as Clear Obscure, but there was like 6,000 or 7,000, 6 or 7,000 views for it. And so I did a part 2 to it as well. Cyberpunk 2077, I gave an 8 out of 10 to. It felt fun. It felt fun. It felt literally like a futuristic GTA, but just obviously not with that GTA charm, right? I mean, it's like, how can you? How can you copy Rockstar Games' charm? It's just like not possible, I feel like, you know. And so Cyberpunk 2077, it just didn't have that for me. Also, I'm just gonna be honest with you boys here. Now, I only played it for like 4 hours, so, you know, I don't know, I don't have a lot of time on it too much. But I couldn't even tell you what, like, the story about this game at all. Like, plain and simple, I just couldn't. I couldn't tell you anything about what's going on in the story. The story did not hook me personally, but the world building absolutely did. The world was really cool. The gameplay was really, really fun. I'm a first-person shooter kind of guy, though, so that kind of makes sense. There was boobies in it, so you gotta love that. It wasn't PG. It went full out. I like that. I like when games are just straight up like, yo, we're just gonna make a badass game. Like, deal with it. You know, sorry kids, go play Call of Duty, honestly, if that's what you want, or Fortnite. But Cyberpunk 2077 didn't pull any strings. It looked freaking awesome, and I absolutely would go back and play it again. I had a ton of fun on it, but there are again, it just feels like if I were to play a game similar to this, I would probably just play GTA. Coming in at number 5 spot is another one. So Cyberpunk and this game, War Thunder Plains, is another one of the ones that tie right now currently in score. I have War Thunder Plains at an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I liked this a whole lot more than I liked the tanks. And I did put this one, again, one spot higher than Cyberpunk because this one is one that I could easily see myself sinking a decent amount of hours into. Now, that's not me, like, even though I could see myself sinking hours into it or whatever, I wouldn't put it any higher. Even if I ended up becoming addicted to the game, I still wouldn't put it any higher because the game is definitely not like peak. It's not, but it was a lot of fun. It's also a very, very pay to win style game, it seems like, so I would just be like, ugh, yucky. But it was addicting. I had a ton of fun within the first, like, I played it one episode, played it a bunch offline without you guys like watching, obviously. I had a ton of fun. I tried getting my friends to download it, and it was completely free, and they never even tried it because they're cowards. It was just, I enjoyed it. The progression system felt really, really fun, but I've heard a lot of the comments from people being like, quit now before you get involved in the grind. So apparently the grind actually becomes not fun, but at the beginning of the game, the progressions felt really fun. Unlocking new planes felt like a big reward, and they were better, and like, it just felt like it was worth the playing. Getting a kill in this game is unlike anything else, and like, again, Rainbow Six Siege, favorite game of all time. Destroying a plane in War Thunder Plains feels so much more rewarding and satisfactory over getting like a kill in Rainbow, which is very impactful in Rainbow Six Siege. But in War Thunder Plains, it felt super satisfying to just see that plane destroyed thing. Shooting at them was so much fun. It felt, the movement and the gameplay of the like planes themselves felt very fluent and felt very well done. Like, it felt like the planes were actually very responsive and predictable, which was great. It was a blast. Plain and simple, I had a ton of fun. And again, this was a game mode where I know it's going to make some people mad probably when I say it, but you could kind of turn off your brain in a little bit. Like, you don't have to like sweat and try hard like in War Thunder Tanks, and that's just more my style. You could just fly in there, just start shooting and fly back out if you want, die, whatever, it doesn't matter. You just have fun. Just go in there, have fun, and destroy some freaking planes, you know. And that's exactly what I was looking for with War Thunder, and that's exactly where it delivered on in War Thunder Plains. I like this game a lot. Very good game, but definitely not any higher than an 8 out of 10. Coming in at the number 4 spot is a little bit of a cheat code because I kind of knew I would like it just because I like racing games. I'm a big car guy, for those who don't know, but it's Midnight Club LA. I gave it an 8.2 out of 10. It's a lot of fun. Like, plain and simple, it's a lot of fun. I would absolutely do a part 2 to this game. As a matter of fact, I really want to. As a matter of fact, there might be a part 2 coming pretty soon to Midnight Club LA because I really want to play it again. Yeah, just plain and simple, it felt like a lot of fun. I had never played it before. I've always been like a Forza kid, pretty much. I've played a couple other games here and there in terms of the racing game franchise, but mainly just stuck to Forza. But I heard so many people talking about the Midnight Club series and how great they are, and I've had LA for like 4 years, so I decided to just boot it up and give it a shot, and yeah, they were right. It's a fun-ass game. There are definitely some downsides to it. First of all, I didn't get to listen to the music because of copyright issues, so I had to mute that, unfortunately, which I know in a racing game is a pretty big part of the racing game is the soundtrack, and so I know that's my fault, not the game's fault, so I didn't take off points for that. But the game just felt very, very repetitive, if you will. Like, that's sort of a problem with racing games, is it's kind of like, oh, you just race and you race and you race and you race and you race. But there is at least some little bit of a progression system in most of them, if you will. Like, it's like I don't know, it just feels like if you do a tournament in Gran Turismo, you'll do a tournament, let's say in front wheel drive, like an FF car. You'll do an FF tournament, right? And then the next tournament will be MR. And so like they're completely different cars that handle completely differently, and it feels completely different. But in Midnight Club LA, it just was like I was just doing the same thing, you know, just racing on these streets of LA to a location in my Nissan Silvia S14. Customization was absolutely incredible though. The world was really cool and felt really lived in, which is a big problem with modern racing games. For the love of God, Forza Horizon 6, make Japan feel lived in. For the love of all that is holy. Midnight Club LA did it back in, what, 2006? Like, why can't you? You know, LA felt like it was actually LA. There was pedestrians on the street. There were cars driving, rush hour traffic. It felt like you were in Los Angeles, and it was really, really well done. 8.2 out of 10. Very fun racing game. I would absolutely play it again. Only slight downside, I guess, is the progression system there. It just felt a little bit too boring and samey, I guess. But honestly, it looked like it was about to start picking up after the first 2 hours anyways, because we were starting to get some pink slip cars, so that was cool. Coming in at third place is another game that I've played relatively recently. It was one of the more recent games that we've played on this channel for the first time. Grand Theft Auto 4. Yeah, I had played GTA 5. I played the story mode of GTA 5 back when it came out, back in 2013. I was a 13-year-old kid. Didn't really understand it, obviously, because I was 13. So maybe one day we'll like revisit GTA 5. I'll play the story mode through on that game again or something. But either way, I did play it, and I played a ton of GTA Online. I had like a second job in GTA Online for a little while there. It was bad. There was this moment where I would run my businesses overnight in GTA Online by rubber banding my controller sticks together so that my character kept running in circles and wouldn't kick me from the lobby, because technically I was still moving. So my businesses would run all throughout the night, and then I'd wake up in the morning and sell my businesses before going to school. It was literally like a job to me. I freaking loved GTA Online. It was incredible. But I had never played any other GTAs, and so I figured let's try GTA 4. And I had a ton of fun. I gave it an 8.8 out of 10. I had a blast. I'm absolutely going to do a part 2 on this game. It felt great. There's obviously some slight problems with the fact that just of its age, it felt a little bit old, and the graphics obviously weren't incredible. The car's handling, by the way, which is, again, I'm a big car guy, the car's handling kind of sucks. I mean, I know it's like a little bit more realistic, like the cars have extreme body roll, which is, again, that's realistic. If you were to try and drive a car super fast through the New York City streets, that's exactly how a car would react probably. It would not be glued to the ground, let's say that, at least not an average car. And so it makes sense, I guess, but it's Grand Theft Auto. I don't think we're going for realism in terms of the cars here, so it just kind of felt a little bit boring. Another thing was, a lot of the map was like just completely blocked off. I couldn't even go over the bridge. I wanted to go to Times Square and see like Times Square, because it's a New York City based map. I wanted to go see Times Square, and I couldn't. I wasn't allowed to go see Times Square because there was police all over the bridge. There was like a roadblock on it. Now I'm assuming that if you progress the story, those police leave, obviously, because otherwise how would you access the rest of the map? That would be just dumb if you just can't. But like, come on, man. Like, let's just do that from the beginning. I feel like that would have been cool. I wanted to go see it. I don't know. But no, either way, the game was super fun. Super fun. The only slight problem, the only reason why it's not like literally perfect, I guess, is just the graphics, really, the age of it, really. And also, it wasn't like addictingly fun like some of the other top 2 games that we have to go here. Second place. Here it is. The one that this is the one that's easily my most viewed game. It's the only game that I actually decided to do like a full-on playthrough on this channel of Dark Souls. Now, I've played Dark Souls Remastered, not the original, but still, Dark Souls, the first one, Dark Souls 1, whatever you want to call it. I have it right now at a 9.0 out of 10. And so far, we're like halfway through the DLC right now at the time of recording this video. I might even bump that up, because the first half of that DLC, man, woo, Nelly, that was addictingly fun. So it might even go up to like a 9.2, 9.3 out of 10. Now, I'm never going to give it higher than the number 1 spot, which is currently at a 9.5 out of 10. But there's just something about it. Like, this is why GTA 4 I can't rank any higher. And this is why I also am not like a freaking video game journalist or whatever, because I don't even know how to describe it. like journalists know how to describe it down to the T, like all these little minute details about like what makes these games incredible or whatever. I don't know what it is. I couldn't describe it to you. There's just something about Dark Souls where I just want to come back and play it. For those who don't know, I had played Elden Ring previously. I've played Elden Ring actually 2 times now. Once when the game first came out, and then once when the DLC was coming out, so I could be like refreshed, so I decided to do a whole new playthrough on it. And so I had some experience going into this game with like Souls games and everything like that. So I wasn't like completely new to the franchise. But still I was blown away. Like, plain and simple. I'm pretty sure I remember saying in episode 1 that I felt like I wasn't going to like it too much, just because I was going to probably get sick and tired of the graphics because of how old of a game it is. And to be fair, I was a little bit right. The graphics are definitely not great. But again, it's an old game. And with the graphics not being that great, it's still, in my opinion, an insanely good game that I've so far had a ton of fun playing, and we're almost done with it too. Like, again, we're doing a full-on playthrough of this. We'll probably do that with Dark Souls. Like, this has got me hooked. I can't wait to play Dark Souls 2. I can't wait to try Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne and Sekiro and the other one. There's one more that everybody always talks about in my comments, and I can never remember the name of it. I'm sorry, but there's one more of the series there. I can't wait to try them. I can't wait to try them. They all seem pretty fun, and this game is the reason why. I guess technically Elden Ring is the reason why, because that's the game I played first, but dude, it's great. Now, in my personal opinion, there's truly no game ever that I've ever played in my life that's a perfect 10 out of 10 game. Because how's that possible, right? And in Dark Souls, the reason why it's not a 10 out of 10 game is, in my opinion, quite simple, actually. And here goes the FromSoft guys getting angry at me here, the Dark Souls boys. The graphics, first of all, are just not great. They're outdated, plain and simple. Like that's all there is to it. But that's not the game's fault. I understand it's just a product of its time period. There's nothing I can do about that, right? But it's something that I noticed. Okay, I'm not gonna just be like, oh no, it's fine. Like no, obviously they're not great. But the other big thing, dude, is, oh my freaking god, for the love of all that is holy, fix the hitboxes. I feel like 90% of the time that I die, it's by bull honky, it's by hogwash, it's by horse hockey. Horses are literally playing hockey right now. Wayne Gretzky of the horse community is out here playing Dark Souls with me. It drives me insane sometimes. And the other big thing, I honestly, the first, like, before Anne Orlando, that entire part of that game, probably like a 9.5 out of 10. After Anne Orlando so far, there's just, it's none of the worlds are like connected anymore. They just kind of like abruptly end. And it's like, it doesn't feel as satisfying as when you were like exploring before Anne Orlando. That felt a lot more satisfying to me. So yeah, I think there are definitely some slight problems with it, but clearly not enough to take away from it that much. I still think it's an incredible experience. I'm so happy I tried it. But first place, we're going to be talking about this one for a little while, because it is just peak. Red Dead Redemption 2. I got Red Dead Redemption 2 at a 9.5 out of 10. Alright. It's a 9.5 out of 10. This is, in my opinion, for anybody wondering where I would probably rank Elden Ring, it would probably be at like a 9.4 out of 10. Like, it's a really good game. But in my opinion, Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best story game I've ever played in my life. And I actually, sometimes when I go to sleep at night, I start stabbing myself in the eyeballs with rusty forks because I'm so mad at myself for taking so long to play this game. I thought for sure everyone was just overhyping it, overrating it, just trying to fit in, right? I just thought everybody was just trying to be like, oh yeah, I also like that game, guys. It's really good, guys. And so it just started to get overhyped or whatever. And it actually, the only reason why I even ended up trying it is because of my buddy Ethan. So shout out Ethan. He said it was his favorite game of all time. And I was like, oh my god, all right, I'll give it a try, fine. And then that's when I uploaded the video. For those who don't know, I had since deleted the videos because this channel is, again, it's not going to be like a playthrough channel, I guess, besides Dark Souls, but besides that, it's not going to be a playthrough channel, so I since deleted most of them, but we had like 11 parts of Red Dead Redemption 2 up on this channel. I had played this game so much, and at this point, I've finished it. I finished it off camera, though I didn't upload it. I finished the game, and I'm still playing it. That's insane to me. I'm not a story game guy. I'm just not. I play competitive games. That's what I like. Rocket League, Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty. Those are my 3 favorites right now. But Battlefield I play sometimes here and there. Or racing games, Forza, or Need for Speed sometimes. Wreckfest, CarX. You know, that's the stuff I like playing. Just turn off your brain and just go and do things, right? Red Dead Redemption 2, I still am playing, even though the main story is completely done. I'm still running around the map just doing things. Right now, I'm trying to hunt all the animals in the game. I'm extremely, I really want to catch all the animals. There's like 178 of them. I want to catch them all. I'm like Pokemon. I'm like Ash Ketchum out here. I want to catch every single one of the animals in the game. I just feel like it'd be really cool. I guess you're not catching them, you're killing them, but you get what I'm saying. I still want to go do that. There's a bunch of strangers missions that I want to complete. I want to complete a bunch of the collectibles. There's a bunch of little challenges you can do that are actually really fun and engaging. There's so many little like hidden interaction. The amount of detail that went into this freaking game is actually through the roof. It's unbelievable, guys. It's unbelievable. It is, in my opinion, as perfect as you're going to get for a story game. I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, do not believe that I will ever play a game as good as Red Dead Redemption 2 again, in terms of story. It's kind of unfortunate, actually, that I started this channel so fast with Red Dead Redemption 2, because now every game that I play, GTA 4, Midnight Club LA, Cyberpunk, Clair Obscur, all these games, I'm just like, yeah, they're good, but man, I really want to go. Well, at least before I finished it, I was just like, yeah, they're good, but I really want to just go play some Red Dead 2 right now. And that's exactly what I did. I just went and played Red Dead 2 instead. The story was very long. It took a long time to get through, but it was very satisfying. Every part of it. Not satisfying in the sense where it's like you're happy at the end of it. Obviously, that's if you played Red Dead Redemption 2, you know you're not happy at the end of it, but you're like, you just said, I just couldn't stop. It really is as good as people said it was. It is quite literally my favorite story game of all time. And I can't believe I'm saying that, because again, if you had asked me a year ago what I thought about Red Dead Redemption 2, well, first I would have told you I hadn't played it, and then I would have probably told you it's overrated. But I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think everyone is right. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best story game I've ever played in my life. It is. There's not a single thing I would change about this game. The only reason why it's not a 10 out of 10 is, again, I don't think there can ever be a game that's a 10 out of 10. If I really sat there and thought about it, I'm sure there could be something that I could think about with Red Dead 2. Actually, you know what? I just thought of one. Fast travel. I understand having fast travel to any part of the map would be a little bit annoying, but at least letting us fast travel to certain areas would have been a little bit better for the story. I feel like a lot of the time that I spent in the story was just me riding my horse from point A to point B, and it was a little frustrating. That was probably it, though. There's like really no other main problem with this game. I can't think of anything else that's a problem with this game. I really can't. It's peak. It just is. It's peak. 9.5 out of 10. Red Dead Redemption 2 is my favorite game I've played so far on this channel. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video, ranking all the games that I have played so far on my channel here for the first time ever. Again, I want to make that crystal clear. As a COD player, I just want to make that abundantly clear so that people know that I'm not like a freaking video game journalist. All right, I'm not IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. I'm not the smartest guy out there. I'm just a dude that just likes to play video games. So these are my opinions on them. And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know what other videos I'd like to see in the comment section down below. Check the links in the description for any of my other social medias or any of my other YouTube channels or any of that great mumbo jumbo. And that's about it, man. This is actually a good list for people that are like interested in recommending me games, because now you guys can see what games I've played, so you know what not to recommend me, because obviously I've tried all these games already, so don't recommend these ones. But yeah, this was fun. This was fun. Again, we'll do these every once in a while. We'll do some ranking videos. I already actually have a script written out for, well, not a script, but I have all the I have ranking all 9 camps in Red Dead Redemption 2 from worst to best. I have that written out already. All like the main camps that you go through throughout the game. I wanted to do that as a video. I feel like it would be fun, so I already have it written out. I don't have like a script. I just have them written in a list, so I'll just yap when I start to talk about them. But yeah, I have that written out, so maybe next week we'll do that or something. But yeah, I want to do these things. I want to do like little rankings or whatever. Also update you guys on my list of like, obviously once we get to a point where it's like, if we've tried like 50 games, we're obviously not going to do a list like talking all about all 50 of them. We won't go through every single one of the 50 games. Maybe we'll just do like the top 20 once we get to that point or whatever. My top 20 favorite games I've played so far. We'll just keep updating you guys every once in a while for that too. We have tons of different ideas when it comes to like the ranking style videos, and so those will be fun. But either way, again, this is obviously going to be a channel where I try things, and so yeah, let me know what you guys want to see me try. I have a ton of ideas written down, and you guys keep recommending me games that I've never even heard of before, so I've been adding them to the list. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Obviously though, we're probably gonna, so we're obviously gonna finish Dark Souls here pretty soon. I think we're very close. Like you guys haven't seen this video yet. Actually, yes, you have. Yeah, you have. What am I talking about? Yeah, you have seen the video of me getting to the DLC already. So yeah, I think I'm about halfway through in terms of bosses, I'm halfway through the DLC, because I'm 2 out of 4, right? I got the Sanctuary Guardian and the Knight Artorias boss done. So there's 2 more bosses that I haven't gotten to yet. But after we're done with those 2 bosses, all we have to do is go beat the final boss of the base game, and then we're done with Dark Souls 1. So we're pretty close to being done with that game. And so once we're done with that game, I kept telling you guys, like, I didn't want to make this channel a Dark Souls channel, and I really don't. I really want to make that, like, crystal clear. I see comments of people being like, haha, this guy's a Souls channel now. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't want to be. I want to be a channel where I just try games. That's all I want to do. Because once the Souls games are done, I'm not going back and playing them again. Maybe I will in like a couple of years from now, but I'm not one of those guys where I'm going to do like New Game Plus runs and learn how to do it hitless and deathless. That's just not the type of person I am. I love Dark Souls, and I'll tell you right now, when I'm done playing Dark Souls, I'm not playing Dark Souls again. I'm not picking it up and doing a New Game Plus run or whatever. That ain't happening. Sorry, but it's a blast. Like, I'm having a ton of fun, but that's just not the type of guy I am. And so eventually we'll run out of Dark Souls content and stuff. And so obviously I don't want to make this whole channel just founded on Dark Souls stuff. I want to make it founded on just games as a whole in general. And so I just want to make that clear. I want to keep trying new games. And so my plan was to, when I finish Dark Souls, to not start Dark Souls 2 for a couple of months, right? Take a couple month-long break. That way I can build up a little bit of a following for other games, and then we'll do Dark Souls 2. And then we would probably play through all of Dark Souls 2, depending on if I liked it. Obviously, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't. But if I liked it a lot, I would probably play through all of Dark Souls 2, just like we did with Dark Souls 1. And that was my plan. But I really want to try Dark Souls 2. With how good Dark Souls 1 is, I don't, man, I want to, I don't know, I just feel like it'd be so fun, do like a little marathon, play through all the Dark Souls games, like, get out of town, buddy, that'd be fun. Obviously, we wouldn't be able to do Elden Ring, or Bloodborne, though. Damn. Because I already played Elden Ring, so that's the reason why I said I wouldn't be able to do Elden Ring, because I've already played it before, but I can't do Bloodborne because I don't have a freaking PlayStation, man. I gotta get one of those. There's so many games that you guys recommend, and I'm like, oh, that sounds good, and I look it up, it's only available on PlayStation. The Last of Us, did you know The Last of Us is only available on freaking PlayStation? I was starstruck when I saw that. There's so many people are saying that game was freaking incredible. It's one of like the most iconic video games of all time. I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Looked it up, PlayStation only. I was like, are you fuck? And we don't have anything on Xbox. Like we have like no exclusive games that are like good. At least we get them all for free with the, well, free. It's like $30 a month now with the Game Pass, but you get what I'm saying. Either way, I'm yapping now. That was a fun video to make, though. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, we'll definitely do videos like this similar in the future. Keep updating you guys on the rankings that we have so far for the games, and we'll do other little ranking videos. Obviously, when we're done with Dark Souls, we're going to do a bunch of little ranking videos. Probably do like ranking all bosses difficulty, ranking all the areas, and then that's probably going to be it. But we got a couple ideas for that, too. That'll be fun. That'd be fun. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Darks. I almost just said Dark Vidania. Das Vidania, and have a nice night.